Welcome to Shanghai. Today I will show you the autonomous driving in Shanghai, the current level, because I still think it's impressive how far we are. First, I will show you Costco, parking at Costco in front. Second, we will drive to the Shanghai Tower in downtown. And the third one, I will show you the parking ability. Now here we have to drive to the underground parking. Already one of the first features is the automatic valet parking. I switch on the screen. We will have here on the screen a symbol which is automatic valet parking. Here I can choose any parking at Costco and he will drive autonomously to the place. Get direction means he will drive to the parking which I set as my favorite parking. And the main purpose today is to show you how less you have to do to drive in Shanghai a car like this. The entire movie will be long. It will be unedited. So I will say a lot of nonsense things during the drive. Apologize upfront. Many times I will not choose the right wording because I have to focus on driving. I have to focus on what I will tell you next and how to continue. This automatic valet parking is the first step for the future. Because in near future, in 2 months, they are saying 1 to 2 months, they will have the fully automatic parking. That means I just go to the entrance, I exit the car, and the car is doing exactly the same as he's doing right now. Now,
the target parking spot is taken. Looking for another spot nearby. The spot has been found.
And this one is a complicated situation, because the parking I have chosen is taken. We have, which you cannot see, maybe now you can see, we have somebody packing his car with empty boxes, and he still find a parking. As you can see, he made it in one move after he found a suitable parking. Everything is done and the car is parking. If you want to see the situation, we have the 3D situation, and he's parking absolutely perfect. We have different camera purpose, that we have the front wheel or the rear wheel. We have the side view on left and right. We have the front for exiting on the left and the right. This car has a special feature. I can open all the doors because it's electrical doors. For example, left, right, front, and the back. And if you go to the car here, you will also see the door should be open now, right? I can also open the tailgate if I want, and I can open the front as well. Okay, that's how the car looks like. But that's not the purpose of today's driving. So I will close everything and we continue our drive. The next one is the exiting is not yet autonomously. He's asking if I want to save this as a favorite for next time. I don't want to. So we are back on the main screen. I can set again a valet parking. Here you can see all the parking. I know that the exit is close to here. So I choose this temporary. Later, hopefully, he can do it everything automatically. And I just have to activate again the autonomous driving. And he's driving to the exit. Let's take the 3D. If it's more sexy, I don't know. He has 2 steps for the people really interested in. He has the parking step and then he has the navigation step. They are totally independent. In the parking step, you can unbuckle, you can relax, you can check your mobile. Then during the navigation, you still need to be alert. You need to pay attention. I'm not aware that in the valet parking, you have to touch the steering wheel. So no matter how long it takes, you don't have to press the steering wheel. That might change. Okay, the exit is straight away. So that means he has navigated through the complicated area. I can deactivate the navigation by just making the level up. Which you see here, for me it's totally okay, because this car is intended to make a 100% automatic driving in the near future. So there will be no driver, and he always have to be as cautious as possible. I will switch off the navigation, so that means I'm driving right now. Automatic valet parking deactivated, he's saying. That is correct. We are exiting Costco, and as the next step, I want to enter destination. So we can choose one destination on the map. Very simple. As said, we want to go to the Shanghai Tower. Once you live in Shanghai for a while, you will find out that it's easy to find, because you have the Pearl Tower, and just next to the Pearl Tower we have the Shanghai Tower. He's asking different areas where I want to go. I want to go to the parking entrance, and then I start navigation. So he will suggest several routes. We choose the one he suggests as the best one. It's normally not a bad choice. And then we are now on the main road, and I will activate autonomous driving.
Navigation cruise assist activated.
We have here a stupid car on the side who's not looking, but it doesn't matter because the car recognizes it with his LiDARs on the side. Therefore, I will not interact too much. He's giving me some messages about what's ongoing. He recognized the big truck next to me on the left side, so he said, please pay attention on large vehicle. That's fine. He make another noise. Dung. This is because currently the camera cannot detect the traffic lights. Therefore, he said in the small screen, pay attention on the traffic light. If there would be no truck, he can recognize the traffic light. He make the countdown and say exactly when to go on. In this case, the traffic light is not important because we are following the front car. That's what he will do automatically. I will not interfere too much from this road here. I can show you where we are driving in Shanghai. So we are driving through several traffic jam, because many people always wonder how the car is performing if there is a lot of traffic. Is he acting the same way, or will he be slower? So we have traffic jam, we have empty road. We will go to the elevated road, which is fast driving. Probably will drive up to 90 km per hour today. We will have the high-speed driving on the highway. In China, 120 is allowed, so the system is limited to 130. That's okay. You can fluently move from Shanghai to Lhasa in Tibet. Fully autonomously, because another special thing on this car is it has HD maps and it has AI driving. So no matter where, he can drive always. We can hear the ding ding, and that is because, as everywhere in the world, we need to touch the steering wheel after a while. Okay, that's what we have done. I have to help here. I said it's an unedited movie, so I accelerate a little bit to help him above the crossing. That will be really rare cases where I have to do this one. Okay. If you pay attention on how smooth he's driving from the left to the right and how easily he's braking, that's advanced. It's not bad. I don't feel uncomfortable because he doesn't make any sharp brakes. He doesn't make anything which is shocking me, like ghost braking and so on. So we have to turn here. It's two-line turning. He knows this one. I help him in this case because the lane he stay on can do both. He can turn right or he can go straight. If I would have stay on this, he would have to wait for the green traffic light. In China, you can turn on the right, to the right, even the traffic light is red. Okay, that's very convenient, I would say. Okay. What I'm doing here is some tricks because the car
Control speed to change lanes.
can only make
Road
suggestions.
conditions.
Autonomous driving is very simple. It's steering, acceleration. So the car always have to find the best way of steering and acceleration. Many times, few times, only a few times, I have to be honest, it's not matching with my own style. So he suggests a speed to turn. I said, come on, try faster. I can just accelerate and he will continue as everything is normal, but do it faster. Okay? We have to know that the car cannot read our brain, right? He cannot understand, oh, we want to drive fast, we want to drive slow, it's too dangerous. So he choose a way he think it's suitable, and then I can override as usual, even with the steering. Again, I have to touch with one finger, and then he continues driving. The touching is needed when he drive. Every 75 seconds is the maximum you can stay without touching. Usually 60 seconds is recommended because at 60 seconds he will make the first warning. And the first warning is always a sign, okay, let's make a quick touch. Certainly you can touch anytime, and then the 60 seconds or 75 seconds is restarting. If the car comes to a halt at the traffic light, it automatically resets. Right? That's even we drive today 45 minutes. Does not mean we have to touch the steering wheel 45 minutes because there will be traffic light on the way. We had already traffic light on the way. We will have traffic jam on the way. So I need to touch it less than average 1 minute. Here he's indicating on the navigation if we are on the up or low one, because it could happen that you just start a navigation with the GPS. He's not 100% sure. Are we driving on the elevated road or on the bottom? So I can switch, but we are correct, and such baby navigation he can handle easily. The first warning about touching is given on the screen, so I can just follow the warning. I show you here the merging, okay? I go to the right lane, but the right lane is stopping at the front. So it's stupid to move. But I want to show you how he can manage the merging on a congested road. Can he do it or can he not do it? The road is ending. He's flashing. We have car behind us. Probably you can see it on the mirror. He has this algorithm that when it's getting tight, he's getting more aggressive. Okay? He can change far ahead the lane, like he suggested, right? He suggested we should take the middle way, but he can be also more aggressive anytime. Keep your hands on the wheel. You notice one finger. I will not mention it anymore. It's just standard. When you drive in a 25 million city inhabitant or population, you might feel bored because the distance Shanghai is simplified, okay, very simplified. It's a circle, and the circle has a diameter of 120 kilometers. That means distance in Shanghai can be long, can be boring. Okay, that's why we are using the entertainment system.
Please stay on route. Switched to lane cruise control.
Maybe you listened just now, because there are 3 different ways of assistant driving. One is just the speed control, the other one is lane keeping, and the last one is the navigation cruise assistant. NCA is the most advanced one, which can drive everywhere in the city. He just told me that he's switching from NCA, navigation cruise assistant, to lane keeping. I didn't figure out 100% yet when he's switching. But the lane keeping, the difference is that he will not actively change the lane, he will stay on the lane. If there's a traffic light, he will still stop at the traffic light, accelerate.
Navigation cruise assist activated.
If the road is blocked because of accident, roadworks and so on, he still changed the lane. But beside those circumstances, he keep the lane. This is very handy if you drive without a destination, right? You just exit your home and you click, and he keep the lane as long as you want to drive. If you have navigation cruise assistant, that means you need to have a destination, then you can use the full program. Let me know, or let me talk about the car a little bit. We have here an Avatr. Avatr is a joint venture of Qiankun and CATL. Qiankun is one of the top 5 automotive companies in China. They have, like all the other companies, different brands. Avatr is one of them, and CATL is the biggest battery manufacturer worldwide. There in front we have a Tesla. He could have a BYD, he could have a CATL battery inside, we don't know. And this joint venture has also make a strategic cooperation with Hauwei. So they call this platform here of the car the CHN platform. C for Qiankun, H for Hauwei, and N for CATL in the Chinese name. Those 3 have developed the platform. That's also one of the reasons why this car currently is the benchmark worldwide in navigation, because Hauwei is putting all their knowledge in this car. One advantage of this car, it has 34 sensors. 34 sensors. If I get it right, so for sure 3 LiDARs under the number plate on the left and on the right. He has 15 cameras, 15 HD cameras. He has radar, and he has ultrasonic sensors for detailed parking. We already use all the systems, right? The distance here to the truck is probably the LiDAR. We have the ultrasonic sensors when we make this tight parking at Costco. The radar is checking also the side vehicle. Is there anything coming from the side and warning ahead of time? And yeah, so it is. And the camera, of course, is detecting all the obstacles. It's boring to drive during this stop-and-go traffic. Let's show you the system.
Please stay en route. Switch to lane cruise control.
We have here, the first screen is the quick settings from top to down, the control panel. I can open the trunk, the frunk, the glove box like in Tesla. I have here the external electric spoiler extend, so just fancy sports car it is. Headlights, auto of course, why I should think about it. Ambitious lighting, I can choose the color. During daytime, maybe not that helpful, but it's still interesting. For the ambient lighting, one funny thing is he has the line all over the car, and whenever there is a bicycle approaching, a car approaching and whatever, he turns the LED at the door to the red color. And he gave also, with the electrical door, some sign, be careful, a bicycle is approaching from the back, a car is approaching from the back. It's very handy, this changing to red color and flashing. He has other safety measures in this car. For example, if a fast car is coming from the back, he automatically switch on the flashing. Even the car is standing, so not only at the traffic jam, which is common meanwhile, but also if he just parking and the car is driving fast and he knows I want to open the door, he will flash and give as much warning as possible to avoid that I will be hit by a car. Okay, and other things I can adjust. I even have here the AI Live. It's an app from Huawei where I can switch on the heating at home if I want, or open the garage, such thing. The next settings, I will quickly go through this. It's not a review of Avatr, it's a review of the autonomous driving, but as you can see, there is nothing to do for me. We have the quick control setting where I can open the doors, open the charging port, and so on. We can adjust the side mirrors, blah, blah, blah. The lights, we have automatic high beam, which is standard in China. That means I don't need to touch, and I seldom. Did I ever touch the light? Maybe when I park in the dark. Energy is some settings here that we can schedule when to charge. Between 10 and 8 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock, sorry, it's the cheapest. So therefore, many people said charge at the night. We can see the energy level, 81%. I can still drive 474 kilometers, which in such a sunny day and slow traffic is possible, but not that easy. Driving, I have the sports mode, and the sports mode, you might hear the sound. Let's switch to the sound. I have here also the engine sound simulator, where I can switch to different sound. And in this case, I just show it because I can anytime. Okay, you should not do it too many times, but now we have a sound simulating the V12. And when you drive on a mountain road, it's fun, I tell you. It's really fun because with 574 horsepower, it has enough power to drive sportive. We have here a harsh cut in the movie because I was not aware that the movie time is limited to 23 minutes. So 23 minutes. We have the second part, which will be autonomous parking. We are here at the parking lot, and allow me this time to take the camera off to show you the location we are. So it's a promenade with a lot of trees. We can activate the parking bottom as well. He will show me then parking on the way when I'm driving. Unfortunately, we have here parking with a lot of grass on it, and for the car it's impossible to distinguish, is it grass or is it possible to park. So therefore he's not showing those parking spots, but nevertheless he have found some parking spots on the other side, which is not much better. I can choose any parking. I can start parking and then he will park automatically. He will move forward, clear, with the distance showing 51 centimeter. Then we go back and we park. Okay, so this parallel parking is not very difficult, right? Many cars can do it. Few cars can do it. And he parked perfectly. As usual, we can put with the 3D. The 3D always disappear after a while. He parked excellently, right? So the parking, there is no line, there is nothing to detect. It's not easy for the car to find this parking, but he did it. We can pull out in a very standard way. 3D animation with the flash, meaningless in this parking. So just to show you. But there are more complicated parkings, and that's where we are going right now. So we just drive like there is nothing, right? We just drive. We can see here the wonderful sunny day in the east of Shanghai. We have here other cars parking. Now we can activate again the parking. I have to drive below 20. He will find parking, and this time it's easier for him, right? So he found one parking, and we can even change the direction. Let me show the forward parking. That is the parking he has chosen, and as usual we just press start, and he will park automatically forward. As you could see, I could also activate the backward parking, so I can in many cases choose between both options depending on what I like most. We have tree. Here's one tree. We have another tree here. We have obstacle. We have here a small lamp on the floor. We have a tree on the front, and he finished the parking with 30 centimeter distance to the front. Easy going, parking complete. If I press again the parking, then he will suggest me to get out. So I want to drive to this direction. I have to brake and press pull out, and he's doing it again. We have people now next to us who are driving in. He can drive out automatically in the 3D. He might, he drive parallel, so that the driving is very simple. Okay, also this scenario we have. Let's continue driving. We have many other parkings which we can play with. No problem. We're driving here 30, but he's still recognizing the parking. Is there anyone in the dead end? No, it's not. We have another car parking. Let's shortly wait. Takes time because it's not autonomous driving, but there you can see how normal people are suffering with parking, right? And that's a big advantage of Avatr. You don't need to suffer. You don't need to look left, right, slow, turn, and so on, because the car is doing everything. And in 95% of the cases, I use automatic driving because I show you again. I press parking, and there is a parking available, right? I click parking backward, start parking, and that's it. And he will park. The whole thing can be done also fully independent, so I can exit the car and go out. I want to show you this one, but because we are here on the main road, I cannot show you this one. Okay, finished. Perfectly parked. I can show you again that he parked in a perfect way, okay, with one move. So many people are saying they don't need automatic parking. Okay, fine, if they have the time for it. For me, it's relaxed because during the automatic parking, you can unbuckle and check your mobile. You can prepare for going out and home. So I really like it, and I mentioned it before, the accuracy rate is 100%. Now, as I anyway cut already the movie, let's make another cut, and I will show you the highway and some other features in the next clip. Okay. Before we continue with the high-speed way, I want to show you another parking. We have the parking activated. I have identified one parking which I think is a little bit tricky. So we are driving there. The parking is identified. We click here. he is planning the route. He found the route. We go to P and activate from here. Then 1 second. Now I have only one hand. I have to activate the Avatr app, and the Avatr app there is, first time, takes some time. I can choose parking. Now I will go off the parking, leave the car alone, close the door as it should be, and then the car is initiating. It's saying it can start parking, and that's how the car is parking autonomously. In the situation, there is not much space, as you can see. That's why I choose this one for testing. He has to find a way, a tricky way. Meanwhile, I can walk around. I can enjoy the view, and he is parking autonomously. This parking is really tricky. You can ask somebody, your friend, to park on this way. He will have difficulty for sure, because he has to try forward, backward, and really think about the way. In this case, I don't need to think. He's driving. Is it fast? It's acceptable. And that is what the car is capable of. I also tried another parking spot, which is this one here, which is blocked by the truck. He failed. Maybe if I drive again from a different direction, he will activate this parking as well. But in this case, he didn't do it. He knows that I'm standing here, so I don't need to be afraid of. And he make the final parking. Okay, the car is 100% empty, so and the parking surprise is again perfect. The app is saying that the car parking is complete. He will stop everything. Now I can reactivate the parking, and in this case he's telling me to drive out, right? And this is also by the app. The initiating takes a little bit too long, but probably with the software update this can be also solved. So once he has identified all the obstacles next to him, he will count to 99% and then 100%, and then he will show the direction he can drive. Okay, and in this case he can only drive straight or turn right. That's it. I click OK. I have read everything, and then the car is doing everything for me. Okay, very simple. I want to show you here the east of Shanghai, and that is Lingang. 20 years ago here was only sea. They have put all the earth meanwhile and built many parks. The car is ready. In my app I can also choose to open my door, for example, to make it very comfortable. And the door here is open. I can enter and continue my driving. I show you one more feature, because then I have shown you really all the fancy feature in the car. I will continue driving. I will choose parking. Now there's one bottom here, which is called custom parking spot, which is very tricky when you're at home, for example, in front of your garage. It will show one car which I can move around. I can turn it as I wish, and if I said I want to park like this, he's calculating the route. I can even change the direction here and then start parking. And so he's ignoring all the lines right now. He's just parking as I wish, autonomously as usual. So even there is no parking, he can deal with it. That was smooth, isn't it? And our lovely 3D, yes, that's how you should park a car. I have chosen as destination a McDonald's. It's so funny because it's lunchtime. We are driving now on a countryside road. I can activate it. It's again a navigation cruise assistant. That means the full version. We are driving here on a very nice road. You have to admit, for the limited what you can see, we have the motor roller here in front of us, which we will overtake. I have to admit, as I said, it's an uncut version. This countryside road is not yet perfectly for driving. I can accelerate a little bit to maybe 60, but even I said he should drive 60. He will only drive if the situation allows. Right? The situation allows it. We drive 59, so 60 as I have adjusted, and we have no marking here. He stay on the right side. In front we have a traffic light where he has to turn left. For this road, because we are outside of Shanghai, still Shanghai, but at the suburb, he doesn't have HD map for every street. Probably for this street, I'm not sure if he has or not, but as he can easily switch between HD and AI, he tried to find a way. The AI is more simulating the way Tesla is doing it, because he always have to figure out newly and readjust permanently, whereas with the HD, he can be sure that the way is in this way and only have to react if there are some abnormalities. Truck, again, he cannot see the traffic light, so he make a noise, be alert about the traffic light. But if the truck is driving, I will drive, and now he can recognize the traffic light, and then he will also fully accelerate. This one is the first car on the market with AI driving. Therefore, let's be fair that there's a learning curve to do. Yes, FSD supervised in America is at the same time, so both of them different continent and different background, but both systems, they have to learn, they have to get used to. And AI means that if there are 100 cars driving or 1,000 car driving, then he will choose the best way. So he will learn in future. At the moment, he is not perfect. But as I said, I will test the system at its limits. The countdown in front, can you see anything? Probably not. Is saying there's 2 seconds, 1 second. It's green. He has 0.5 second waiting time. That's the nature of this car, which makes sense because there are bicycles crossing or pedestrians crossing, and with this 0.5 second, he will then get used to. As I said, AI. And AI is not as good as HD, no matter what people are telling you, because with AI, he always have to imagine. There was totally no marking on the crossing, so he has to assume which way is the best. And there every 10 centimeter counts, so he drives too close to the border, but once he reached the border, he knows exactly where to drive. Now we have here elevated road or high-speed road. Speed limit is 80, fine, he will drive 92. Which is within the tolerance in China, and then he make the lane changing automatically. Before, I didn't show you the entire system, so we went through the settings up to the driving mode. We have settings for assistant driving, we have vehicle status, soon I have to go for the first maintenance, we have display settings, we have connections, for example, for hotspots, sound and different sound effects with the latest Avatr, which I don't have, but the latest one with more than 2,000 watt power is incredible. Hauwei Assistant is what another system is, Alexa or Nomi, sorry, and the system I can make software update. Current software is 2.3.0. Okay, so we have here apps. the most impressive app is here. That is a video app. There are several video apps on my car. It's interconnected with. I have to adjust the speed because he thought it's 60 here, but actually it's 80. So I told him, you made a mistake. Please follow my suggestion. The systems are interlinked with home television, with pad, with mobile. Here I was watching. Yeah, let's go back. I have to go here. I'm watching at home the Hunger Games. So I just click on Hunger Games and it will continue the place where I stopped. It's quite relaxed, isn't it? As an extra feature, I have here the passenger screen. Sorry, there's a function you can open slightly all windows. There's a passenger screen, can switch on and off. Okay, and when I go back to the movie, I can give the movie to the passenger and he can watch it. And I'm not distracted because I have the main screen. I can do whatever I want on the main screen. Okay? There are other apps. For example, I have here WeChat, the Chinese WhatsApp. I have here, I have it here. Situational World is quite interested. Once I stop, I can make the rest mode, so seats going down. Soft music are playing. We will have fire showing on the screens and so on. We have the pets mode, which is also kids mode, right? When you have to keep the pets for a while in the car, it keeps the temperature till 20 degrees. Once the battery gets empty, all windows are opening. So this safe system. We have here reversed charging. So I can plug in 3.3 kilowatt. So vacuum cleaner, no problem. High pressure cleaner. When do we need it? If you have a boat and you need to pump it up, you use the pump. If you have a high pressure cleaner in your countryside house without electricity, you can use it. If you have a motorbike which is running out of battery, because in China all the motorbikes are electrical, you just drive with your avatar next to it and charge it. So this reverse charging is fancy. Is it needed? I'm struggling a little bit, but it's nice to have, right? And that's everything here. Okay, guys, it's a boring movie, but it's showing you a little bit what is the current status of Avatr. I want to show you here quickly. So here is one factory, and that is for the company SAIC IM. So the brand name is IM from SAIC. Many people now are aware about XPENG. So it's a very similar company to XPENG, but belongs to SAIC. And they have here also their factory. So a lot of cars are standing here. And on the left side, so just opposite, we will see the Tesla Gigafactory in Shanghai. So that's where we are driving right now. Gigafactory, SAIC, just competitors. We have a construction company, Sunny. We have CATL here located. We have everything in this area of Shanghai, really advanced. With these words, I want to say thanks for listening, and it's my first YouTube video. I hope you still enjoyed a little bit. See you.